Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. We are at Thornlie Station and look at that structure. This is the first time I've seen it myself. There's also CJ there at the bottom. Look at that big bridge or overpass or whatever you want to call it to get between the platforms being constructed and the 6-car expansion getting ready, while the old structures are still here since it's obviously not being demolished. But it's closed off there now. You have to walk. There's some temporary toilets over there. There's really not that many routes that come here at the moment, but it's all about to change with the bus changes for the Thornlie-Cockburn Link, which is what we're here for with our second episode of everything that's being changed. All the roads no longer being served, which I will record. And also what I noticed is the old map is still here. Okay, this is February, but still. It looks so wrong without the Ellenbrook line now. I can't believe it used to be like this. It just feels so wrong without another thing up there. It's so empty. And it doesn't even have Thornlie-Cockburn Link, while all the other maps do. When this is literally Thornlie, like what? I'm gonna miss this being like such a little quaint terminus. This is gonna be an intermediate station now. Here comes the 207, just arrived. All these routes are going to be, well, actually, the number will still exist, but it's not going to be the current 207, I'm pretty sure. So that's why we need to film so many buses coming in. Well, 2 of them are like, actually, all of them are the train replacement. 230, 930, 930, I think. Yep. They don't even have a proper train replacement route. There they all come. Yeah, I kind of miss going in the 230. I only took it twice. Of course, we're not going to see the 230 anymore either, because it's just the express variant of 930, which will actually exist. They're making 930X, one of the new routes. More X routes, but that'll just be from Elizabeth Quay, not Perth Busport, so it won't be 230 anymore. Pretty busy, this express route. Let's take a look at the bus map. Now these 2 routes down to Gosnells, 210, 211, will still exist, but they're just going to be renumbered. And here's the 210, the quite direct route to Gosnells from Thornlie, also going to be renumbered. But the routes kept the same, so we're not going to see that desto anymore. 223, this short crazy route terminating here, that's going to be withdrawn. 212 is just going to be renumbered. The new 212 will just go to Nicholson Road, like through that park, which is a very short route, while this section of Yale Road will be replaced by 213. 207 is a very straight route, except this Eucalyptus Boulevard section, which it loops into, which half of it will be removed. And 206 will be changed a bit up here and in between somewhere. I'll explain further when we're filming. So let's get on this 207 now. Via Murdoch Station, Murdoch University. I don't think it even says, yeah, it doesn't even say via Eucalyptus. Let's go. Backdoor problems, but here we are. 207 departing Eucalyptus Boulevard, 2580. This is the, well, probably not to everyone, but for me, one of the most well-known parts of the routes down here in these areas, because the 207 is a very direct route between Thornlie Station and Murdoch University, going only along Yale Road and Ranford Road, pretty much the whole way, except Eucalyptus Boulevard. I mean Ranford Road and South Street, but that's connected. Except Eucalyptus Boulevard. It turns off from Yale Road into Eucalyptus Boulevard, which is a big, like, weird crescent circular road, which then comes back out onto Yale Road. And currently it serves the entirety of Eucalyptus Boulevard. And that's the only street that the route goes on, which is so weird. So clearly they think it's like a really important street to serve. Yet with the changes, they are making it very strange. Now the section of Yale Road here, no, why am I saying Yale Road? It's not even Yale Road anymore, it's Nicholson Road. How to confuse the viewers. This is Nicholson Road. The bus turns off Nicholson Road, goes into Eucalyptus Boulevard, comes back into Nicholson Road, then turns right from Nicholson Road onto Ranford Road at the intersection of the two roads which the train stations are named after. Like, seriously. Yeah, that's crazy. But anyway, it's gonna continue along Nicholson Road, serve this section which currently doesn't have a bus, I think, and then turn into Eucalyptus Boulevard at the other entrance where it currently comes out from, and then go around Eucalyptus Boulevard in the other direction, but not all the way back here, and turn off before and then head up and connect to Ranford Road via a different road at the back there, which I'll show you on the map, of course. But that means this first section of Eucalyptus Boulevard is no longer going to be served, and the whole... Oh wow, they just crashed. Seriously? Oh my god. The whole thing is gonna not be a loop anymore back onto Nicholson Road. And it's gonna be renumbered to 206, this bit, which is so bad, so confusing. The current 207 is gonna become the 206, and the current 206 is gonna become the 207 in the section around here. Although it makes sense for the number to be increasing away from the train line. I don't know why it's not like that right now. Why did these two seriously have to crash right now? How dumb do you have to be? It was a left turn as well. Like, what? How do you crash in a slip lane turning left? Anyway, now they're gonna think I'm filming them. We'll wait for the 207 in the other direction.
Look at this. It happened again. The bus driver missed my stop. The same thing happened for Mark just down the road too. Unbelievable.
And here comes the bus now. It's gonna be very stuck in traffic. I don't know how it's gonna get around the crashed car now. Exiting Eucalyptus Boulevard on the more eastern exit out into Nicholson Road. Yeah. Okay. Well, the cars can turn left from the right lane, but I don't know if the bus can make that turn. It probably can. It's a bit tight. No, yeah, it's fine. It's got 2 lanes anyway. Off it goes. And of course, another major hub of the changes right here at the temporary Cannington Bus Station. They've put up the Thornlie-Cockburn Link change posters as well. All this is gonna go, bye-bye, no more. It was only here for the duration of the disruption. Yeah, there's that map. I'm not gonna spend too much time filming anything here. I've already made the whole Cannington Bus Station video, which you can watch for information and bus spotting here. With all the routes, including the Armadale Line shutdown routes, which we're not going to be seeing anymore. But there's definitely a lot of different things that we need to travel on from this station to see all the changes. Most of them depart from here. I can't believe it's already coming to an end. I remember when this opened on 12th of November 2023, and now it's 2025 and we're not really going to be seeing it anymore. And it took them forever to put this shelter up in the middle. It wasn't even here for a year. 2578, 907, 2579, 907. What the hell?
They're both Optimus.
They're consecutive bus numbers. How is that possible? Out of every bus in existence.
And on the 907 too, they
yeah.
have routes. Usually served by crappy gas buses.
There goes 2153 on the 206 in Langford, on Langford Avenue in Langford. Again, same road and suburb name. I'm actually surprised they're changing this route because it's such a well-established route. Oh, bro, that's already the next stop. Crazy. It's such a well-established route. It goes from Thornlie, and then it's just this long curve around on Langford Avenue, comes out onto Nicholson Road, and then goes over to Cannington. I don't get why they decided that it's actually better to turn earlier, go through more streets, make the route longer, and then go out towards Cannington, which again results in the removal of 3 stops before reaching Nicholson Road, including 20557 right here. It's actually so bad, so confusing. If they don't change the station names, saying Nicholson Road for the road itself and Ranford Road for the road itself, which are two major roads a lot of these bus routes go on, as well as the names of the train stations, is actually so bad. And imagine the bus testers as well. Nicholson Road Station via Nicholson Road. What? Or, no, even worse. All the routes that go past Ranford Road Station, they don't terminate there. Murdoch Station or Murdoch Uni via Ranford Road Station. What? This stop as well, 20571. That's going to be removed. That is Nicholson Road right there. There's this nice little park here. That's why I got off here. Can just chill for 15 minutes waiting for the next bus. The next pair of stops is right here. What is this? Seriously, some of these stops are so close to each other. Look at this. Okay, these are like the first proper stops I've encountered in the filming so far. Let's see when he was here. To Murdoch University via Yale Road. It doesn't even say via Thornlie Station. Like, what? 2011. See, told you. Why is there a bag of poop on the floor? Told you it's a well-established route. Not changed since 2011. 14 years. And now they decide that it just needs to change. Seriously. So many of these bus changes are just happening because the train line's opening, and that's just an excuse to change so much stuff. If the train line never is open, like, this has nothing to do with the fact there's a new train station. Oh, let's move the bus by a few streets. Like, they need to do more major reforms of the network like this in places where train lines don't open, to constantly improve the bus network, not just when the train lines open. Because after this, there's not going to be an opening for ages. So I guess there's not going to be bus changes for ages. I mean, after Armadale Line as well. And then this side actually has a big pole. Here we are, and a shelter. How is it 20 minutes to Cannington? What? Also 2011. Timetable was changed yesterday though. On the time of filming. Oops. Sorry. Yeah, I'm filming on 3rd of... No, I mean... Is it 3rd of Feb? Yeah, it is. Yeah. So, that's funny. Okay, we'll just wait for another bus. Here we go, 206 towards Murdoch, turning left onto Langford Avenue. All the way down. Here goes 2506, departing on the 206 at bus stop 20661. We are now on Town Centre Drive in Canning Vale, or no, Thornlie, suburb of Thornlie. This bus stop also serves the 223, which is the very strange peak period only service from Thornlie Station to a random street in Thornlie only a few times a day. This direction is only morning peak. That is being fully withdrawn as part of the changes because it's a very useless route and they finally got the opportunity to withdraw it. As well as this section of the 206 on Town Centre Drive and Sugarwood Drive around the corner. The 206 will be replaced by the 207 on the sections further towards the Mandra line from here, but by the 208 on the sections past this roundabout right here, I think, yeah, the 208 will come from there. But this section in between, which is currently served by two routes, will no longer be served, including the 223. I have filmed the entire 223 before as an oddity video, so you can check that out to see the full route and the journey through here. But other than that, there's other sections of the 223 also being removed. The terminus as well, no more routes will go there. There's again 3 stops, everywhere is 3 stops being removed. We'll go down and check out the other ones over here and then the ones on Sugarwood Drive CJ is doing. Here's the other stop just in front of this park, also being removed. What the hell? Oh my gosh. Look how close these 2 stops are. I didn't even realize. This has got to contend for some of the closest stops on the network again. Right here. And just after this road, you can see it right there, the pole. That's nothing. And there's actually a big pole on the other side, and that's just 3 times a day for the 223. In fact, that looks so old. Yeah, this area is so nice with all these trees and these houses. That bus stop is so old. The 223 hasn't been changed for so long. Such an oddity of a route. Finally being removed. Look, it still has the really old font. To Thornlie train station. It still has the old ad. Jeez, 5 minutes. Like 7 minutes, what? 3 services in the day. Timetable is changing in 2022. 2005! Oh my goodness! It's like the oldest bus stop I've ever seen. June 2005. So by the time it opens, 20 years. 20 years. It wasn't changed. That is crazy. 20660 here. The bus stop has not been changed. Oh, it says it here as well. 1st of June 2005. It's been 20 years. I can't believe it's changing after 20 years. That is crazy. Oh my gosh. This bus stop was never changed for that long. And here's the pole on the other side of the road. As I said, way too close to that bus stop, but that's only for the 223. This is the 223 unique section, obviously also being withdrawn. But I'm not filming the 223 right now. The 206 turns right here, and the stop in the other direction for this one is just around the corner, right there. That's actually a one-directional stop for the 223. Then when I first saw that stop, I thought that was paired with that for the 223, and that one over there was paired with this for the 206. But no, there's actually another pair right there. And also this spot is familiar because here's where some really stupid crash happened with a bus not long ago. There's a video on YouTube. Some stupid driver driving on the wrong side of the road when it was trying to overtake a 206 like this one coming in right now, and 206 turned right and the driver crashed straight into the side. I'll link to that video if you want to see it. But there's a 206 stopping right now. A sight we will no longer see buses in this area on this lovely street. That's really a shame. Down the street. So there we are at the stop at the end of Sugarwood Drive. How does that still have the Yanchep bus changes on it? 14th, 15th of July bus changes. I thought that was the Thornlie-Cockburn Line bus changes already, and they already put them up even before they confirmed the routes when I saw that sticker from far away. But no, it's the Yanchep bus station changes, and they still didn't change it to the new one. That's ridiculous. How far behind are they? It's been like 9 months. And here's Garden Street, Nicholson Road Station just up there. And this is this other 206 bus stop also being removed. So I'm gonna film it come in here when I get on the next one. This one's from 2020. Obviously not that old like all the other ones. And of course this Wilford Road once a day deviation. Literally once a day, serving the pocket of houses in between the train line and Row Highway. Now it's going to be replaced by Route 212, which will go between Thornlie Station and Nicholson Road Station, just for those houses, all day, probably every day. Or maybe weekdays only, but still, one of the shortest routes. Somewhere where it's currently once a day service in each direction is going to be all day a new route. Crazy for the deviation. That's kind of like the 350 going to the Discovery Parks with the Ellenbrook changes in Swan Valley, but it's not just one stop, it's that whole section through there. All right, we'll just wait for the next 206. Here we are at Murdoch University terminus. That was the full 206, including the sections being removed. Took a full hour. That's how slow it is, that's how bad it is. On this trashy 2187 and with a bad driver. He's being so aggressive in his driving. And there's a 206 back to Cannington. 2603. Most of the routes here are changing its numbers, at least 204, 205, 206, 207, all coming to the uni.